Well, it looks like Jaylen Hertz is looking really good at practice this week with the brace being fully off. Is Jaylen Hertz close to 100% going into the second half of this season, and much more with returning players and some other news going on for this weekend since we don't play until Monday night? Let's get into it.
We better turn. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So, a few things I definitely want to go over here regarding the Philadelphia Eagles and, a big game on Monday night for the whole world to see. And Patrick Mahomes versus Jaylen Hertz, the Super Bowl rematch, the big hype towards this game, which I'm not bringing it towards that hype so much because at the end of the day, this is just a regular season game. But when it comes to the roster and the Eagles getting healthy, and that's been like one of the most important things I've been really excited about. And with Jaylen Hertz coming back, this past week has been pretty damn good. I mean, we needed this bye week badly. We really, really needed it. After that Cowboys game, all I said to myself was, or during that game, I said, I just want to get to this bye week because I know it's going to be really important for this team to get some guys back, and getting 100% healthy is good. So it was a Jaylen Hurts not wearing a knee brace that says, I think it's a sign of progress. The bye week came at a great time. We all took advantage of it and tried to take advantage of the time, and everything is trending forward. So I'm hearing he's nearing like 100%. Now, wondering what BrianJohnson is going to do when it comes to this playbook. And I don't want him to just say, oh, you know what? Let's go back to the old ways of running with Jaylen Hurts on every single play and getting him hurt once again. I don't think they should do that. I think if they're going to run with Jaylen Hurts, if that's the case, we're going to find out what the speed looks like. I don't think he's 100%, but if he's nearing that, it's a great thing. And coming out of games not getting hit so much is definitely going to help that throughout the rest of the second half of this season. Now, we talked about, the RPOs. We've talked about different things that they could do in this offense, and using your running backs and using more of your running backs with Boston Scott and Rashad Penny being more involved to take more stress off of Jaylen Hurts. But to have the brace off and that he feels more comfortable. And it sucks, man, because not it sucks, but it's a good thing because look, I watched games from last year and just, man, I haven't seen Jaylen Hurts like run full speed with his legs in so long. And when he does, he's, like we've seen it this year, he wasn't 100% healthy. We kind of knew that. We kind of figured that out. But now, with this brace being off, this is huge. I didn't know if so much news was going to happen. Like, I figured that we were going to find out if that brace was still on this week, but I didn't know that Jaylen Hurts was going to talk about this knee a lot more. And at this point, it's the second half of the season. You're coming off a bye, and people are going to find out if he's wearing the brace or not during games. You could tell if he's wearing a brace. So not wearing it and being healthy, I'm hoping BrianJohnson doesn't go crazy with him. And to be honest, this injury was a blessing in disguise for Jaylen Hurts. I think only because you start to find out, not really start to find out, we knew that Jaylen Hurts was very good in the pocket last year, but really purely being in the pocket where when when Jaylen Hurts has to run, it's not at 100%. He's not taking unnecessary hits, and he's going to slide a lot more and be, obviously much smarter when it comes to running through defenders and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool to see, just that news coming from yesterday and stuff. So, yeah, thought that was really cool. So, I can't wait to see what Jaylen Hurts looks like. We see a little bit more finesse in his legs, a little bit better. See if he's got that speed back a little bit. Kind of wondering. Now, obviously, getting Cam Jurgens back is probably the number one thing coming this week, which he definitely he started with the offensive line this past week, and he's back fully. Statistically for Cam Jurgens, what he's done, what the run game looks like. I mean, it's their first in success rate with 661 yards in the run game. And then without that, the past 5 games, they've ranked from first to 16th in success rate with 460 yards. So obviously, Cam Jurgens not being in the lineup has definitely hurt this team. But not saying I didn't like, Sua Opeta could play both guard spots. He's a solid player. Tyler Steen, Gave up like 8 pressures, I think like 5 hurries, something like that in the Cowboys game. But you know what? Like for his first start, it really wasn't that bad. Okay. So he was getting knocked down around a little bit. So I get it. But got to thank Jeff Stalin for the depth that you have at guard and to see what it looks like. Cam Jurgens is looking like, and we've seen it really from preseason this past offseason, what he could do. The future withholds itself. What Cam Jurgens is going to be when Jason Kelce retires. And I don't want this to be another Landon Dickerson issue where Cam Jurgens is so great at guard, that they're going to keep him there at this point. So the future is definitely in motion with him. And the run game, obviously, Cam Jurgens is your most agile, most athletic guard that you have. So it probably held their playbook back a little bit with BrianJohnson offensively to do certain things to where they can't be like Sua Opeta cannot do this play. He can't pull on this play. He's just not athletic enough. Like there's probably certain plays they just couldn't do because they knew that their guards weren't going to be able to handle it. Like I said, Sua Opeta and obviously Tyler Steen's a rookie this year. So, definitely a lot there when it comes to the playbook. But Cam Jurgens being 100%, fully back is a great thing. We've been waiting for this moment, and hopefully this offense will start to, expand this playbook a little bit and look a little different. And hopefully, we got questions of the coordinators this week. Okay, we know that BrianJohnson has to play better situational football, and time management definitely has to be better. I think we all know that at this point. And then obviously going through the injury report for the week, obviously with Dallas Goedert being out with the forearm, obviously didn't practice, won't be back for a while. Justin Evans had a light practice. Justin Evans will be back, getting more depth at your safety spot, which we talked about the other day. Calcaterra is back. I mean, he was out 2 weeks with a concussion injury. And you guys got to remember when Grant Calcaterra is another one that he transferred from he transferred to a couple schools because he had issues with concussions back in college as well. He played with Jaylen Herz and then transferred to MSU and had a lot of concussion issues back in his college days. So having him back would be great, seeing how they use Jack Stahl. What's the plan? Or like I said, you have so many weapons offensively. You can use DeAndre Swift and Gainwell at the same time. Use him as a wide out and get your mismatches. I think there's a lot to compensate for Dallas Goedert's injury. And the weird thing is, like, Dallas Goedert's injury almost came the same time last year with the face mask during that Washington game. It was almost the same. I think it was week 7 last year. This was like week 8, week 9, whatever it was. So it's like Dallas Goedert is just always missing. And like these 2 injuries aren't his fault. I mean, these are just forced injuries he had no control over. And it sucks, So hopefully see what they do with the absence of Dallas Goedert going forward. We talked about Cam Jurgens, and obviously Bradley Roby was a full practice. This is the comeback player on defense that I'm hoping makes a big difference for everything else. You can't, because really for weeks we've been substituting and bringing guys in and out of this nickel spot. You can't rotate guys at corner every few plays. It's just, you can't do it. Yeah, it's not unheard of, but you just can't do it. Like using certain players for dimes, certain packages for man coverage, things like that, where they used Eli Ricks. And obviously, Sidney Brown's been moving down to that spot. Kevin Byard's even been moving down to the freaking nickel spot. Like, we need Kevin Byard at safety fully. I talked about that in the other video, in my other video yesterday. Like, Kevin Byard's got to fully stay at that position and just get better. And he will blossom. He will show up. We will see it soon. Hasn't been on this roster long enough. Bradley Roby hasn't been on this roster long enough. Okay, I think that's definitely interesting to say. So other than that, that's it. So I don't know what they're doing for Saturday's practice. It might be walkthrough, that maybe Sunday. I think I don't know if they'll have a full practice Saturday and then walkthrough on Sunday. And then obviously the big game on Monday night. So very excited about it. Appreciate everybody that's been very patient with me this past week. It's been a crazy week. I'm only this energetic right now is because I'm doing Eagles content. It's making me feel better that I am doing content. Mentally, I've been a mess, and I haven't slept right. I don't know what time it is. My sleeping schedule's been off, and I appreciate everybody that's been understandable of the time. I do not know. I'm probably not doing a stream. By the time I put this video out, there was no stream on Friday. Probably not, because just the time has been just so off, and I don't like to not do things. Maybe we'll do something Saturday. Saturday early or something. The shakedown will be this weekend. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up? Follow us live. Peace out, guys. Peace.